Welcome to another episode of RnBe.
RnBe.
No, I guess it's RnBe. There you go.
I feel weird saying it that way.
It's the Rob and Benny experiment. This is our weekly podcast, video podcast here on YouTube,
man.
which once we stop being lazy will be up on iTunes and SoundCloud, where we discuss various things within the comic book community. Today we're going to be discussing my favorite, craziest Jokers.
Yes.
And before you all go in the comments and say, Benny, you forgot such and such, I did not. This is my favorite crazy Jokers. They're all gonna go in the comments and be like, Benny, dude, you forgot.
You say that like it's gonna change anything. like, hey guys, please be civil.
Please be civil in the comments. I'd like you all to be proper. Start every comment with, hello, sir, and or madam.
Yes, like said no one ever. Yeah, like don't worry guys, we know we left some out. Like, hey, you accidentally forgot, insert my favorite Joker here. Like,
Right. No, we didn't accidentally, we did. We left it out.
Yeah, it was intentional.
If you enjoy Rob and I goofing around like this though, make sure you go check out Eligible Monster, our gaming channel that we are doing with Natalie, Dan, and Houston from our team over here. We actually are gonna have a couple cool videos coming up very soon. Rob is gonna take off against Natalie in Injustice.
Yep.
Then maybe we'll get some footage of me fighting someone who's actually good at Injustice.
Wow.
That's yeah. And we're also gonna
really
eat a
went
bunch.
there.
We're also gonna eat a bunch of hot wings and play Splatoon.
I'm not that good at Injustice.
But you should be okay at Splatoon, but you haven't played it.
Yeah, we got Splatoon. Oh, dude, okay, funny story. I've been trying to get a Nintendo Switch. This guy in Houston called me out of the blue and say, hey, Target has Switches, so I race over there, get a Switch. Then we get Splatoon, and we're supposed to be playing Splatoon, and I haven't played it at all.
No,
so,
not at all.
Yeah.
We were supposed to play Fortnite and Splatoon, and he hasn't done either.
I didn't even open the Splatoon thing yet. It's still sitting sealed.
Yeah.
On my
So let's not waste too much time, because there's already other people in the comments now going, video starts at such and such. Haha, joke's on you guys. I blocked that phrase. They can't do that. All right, so this is gonna be the craziest Jokers that I enjoy, and there's a reason why I wanted to do this topic. So I'm gonna kick this off, and I want you to interject whatever you know, like usual.
Okay.
And for those of you guys who are wondering, yes, Rob is gonna take point on the podcast next week, talking about all the superheroes that could kill us and how they will.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically all the good guys and why we don't want to mess with them.
pretty much.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna kick it off.
Okay.
Do you know what Batman White Knight is?
No.
Okay, that's a new book that is coming out. Okay.
Oh, are you gonna ask me about a book that hasn't come out yet?
Right. I'm asking about a book that hasn't come out yet.
Rob, what are the winning lottery numbers for next week? I don't know, Benny.
How do you not know?
I can't see the future.
Have you seen Looper?
Yes.
Okay, we gotta go in the future and then talk to ourselves and then go back and start a loop.
So we have to go find Bruce Willis.
All right, so I wanted to put this in here because this concept of the Joker sounds really interesting.
Okay.
But he's not technically my favorite because we haven't read the book yet. So here's the solicit, okay? I'm gonna read the solicit in my Batman voice, okay?
In your Batman voice.
In my Batman voice. In a world where Batman has gone too far, the Joker must save Gotham City. He's been called a maniac, a killer, and the clown prince of crime. But White Knight, never until now. Set in a world where the Joker is cured of his insanity and homicidal tendencies, the Joker, now known as Jack, sets out to try and right his wrongs. First, he plans to reconcile with Harley Quinn, and then he'll try to save the city from the one person who he thinks is truly Gotham's greatest villain, Batman.
Oh my God.
So, and then we got a quote from the writer. Seeing Gotham for the first time with clear eyes, his psychosis is now cured. He starts to understand the absurdity of vigilantism and how Batman's actions are only contributing to Gotham's endless crime cycle. Joker sets out to beat Batman by becoming the White Knight that Gotham needs.
That sounds amazing.
Does it? I wanted to talk
about it. Amazing. Wow. Yeah, dude, I really need to read that.
Yeah, it comes out in October. It sounds amazing. If we're gonna talk about the craziest Jokers, I think a universe where the Joker is sane is gonna be good.
Is Black and White Joker on there?
Fine,
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I don't even know if it is, honestly.
Oh, okay.
The story name doesn't sound familiar.
It's my favorite Jokers, and I don't know which ones I put on the list.
I know it's on there, but I don't remember putting that one on there.
Oh man.
Well, tell me about Black and White Joker then.
Okay, it was an old Alex Ross Paul Dini story, but it was basically they started going through these old documents, and they found out that the Joker was faking his insanity in order to avoid like being punished for his crimes. It's a really cool story. It's really short. It's like 5 or 6 pages long, but it's just kind of a cool little thing.
That is not on this list.
Okay.
So black and white Joker.
Yeah.
Dylan, have fun looking for that one. Dylan, the editor, hit that, because I don't even know where to find that.
Oh, it's like Batman black and white.
That's not going to help him at all.
Yes, it is.
No, Dylan has no idea what he's doing.
It's
Dylan is like, he's just sitting there clueless. He's like, he's sitting there with a fidget spinner, and he's like, I don't know how to edit.
Dylan, if you want an employer that will treat you with respect, I will hire you, man.
Anyway, okay, so that's White Knight. That's one that I'm excited about, that Joker. So we've already got 2, basically. We have White Knight, and we have Black and White Joker.
Okay.
Okay, so here's one of my favorite crazy ones. We're going into the actual crazy list now, the ones that I made.
Okay.
Vampire Joker. Do you know that story?
No.
Okay, Blood Rain. In this storyline, Batman gets bitten by Dracula.
Okay.
They have a big fight where the two of them go at it. Batman eventually defeats Dracula, but he can't cure his vampirism. So he gets himself locked away, and Alfred's supposed to wake him up whenever he needs to truly come out and be the Dark Knight.
Huh.
Yes, it's a really good story. I've already done 3 parts to it.
I was gonna say, you already covered that.
Yeah, but the second story in that arc, the Joker becomes a vampire, takes over the Gotham crime syndicate by basically biting all of the leads and turning them into vampires who have to listen to him.
Wow.
And then he goes crazy fighting against Batman, 2 vampires go into town.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Yes.
So that one's a follow-up to the first one.
Yes.
Okay.
There's also a third one where Batman just mass murders everyone.
Well, that sounds like a video title right there.
Yeah,
Batman mass murders everyone.
I think that's actually what I called it.
That video will explode in here.
So yeah, the story is basically he fights Dracula and gets locked away. He fights against the Joker, kills the crime syndicate. And then in the third story, he realizes that there's no way to stop the crime from ever ending. So his plan is to end the vampire problem by killing every villain ever and then murdering himself.
Wow.
Yes. To end all of it.
That sounds pretty amazing.
It is really awesome.
Huh.
Okay. You like that?
Yeah.
You gonna do Vampire Bat Joker next?
Oh, I guess, maybe.
Okay. So the next one I got
I'm
is...
still sorting through all the Hulks that I don't know about.
if you want to buy one, we did a video last week where I went over a bunch of Hulks that I dug out of like the backwoods of Marvel. And
dude, it's hilarious too because I did Infernal Hulk and people were like, "We know the reason why you're doing this video." Right?
Were they really?
Yeah. We know the real reason why. And I'm like, yeah, man. I thought I knew about it, but I don't. So you're getting all these Hulks now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the next one is Batman Darkest Night. Now, I know you covered this story.
Batman Darkest Night.
Where he gets the Green Lantern ring?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you want to tell them about that Joker then? Or do you not remember it that well?
I don't remember that Joker. I remember the Justice League get lantern rings at the end or towards the end or something like that. And I know Bruce Wayne races off to join the Green Lantern Corps.
Right.
But I don't really remember the Joker.
Did you not do the follow-up?
Oh, I don't think I did.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so the storyline goes like this. Batman gets the Green Lantern ring. It comes to him instead of Hal Jordan.
Yes.
He goes to stop the Red Hood,
Yes.
and he literally just grabs him and carries him away. So he doesn't become the Joker.
Yeah.
Joker doesn't exist as far as we know, right?
Yes.
Not right. So what happens is...
Wrong!
Wrong! Actually.
Wow, okay.
So anyway, what happens is Batman goes and joins the Green Lantern Corps.
Okay.
Okay, and he trains up and he meets Sinestro.
Yes.
And Sinestro eventually becomes a bad guy. Sinestro then, using his bad guy tendencies, goes back to Earth to learn more about Batman. Batman, Green Lantern,
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He goes back and he discovers the whole situation about Red Hood and Joe Chill's been locked away. He goes to the prison, takes the memories of Joe Chill, basically becoming a Sinestro Joker hybrid, and then wears the outfit of the Joker, and he's basically Yellow Lantern Joker.
Wow. What surprises me most is that there was a follow-up to that story. I did not know there was one.
I'm pretty sure it's not a follow-up.
It's just like a continuation?
I mean, I read the whole thing as a long, big book, so I don't know. I don't know if you didn't read all the issues.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, if it's multiple stories, they might, because I know you at one point could get Blood Rain, the Vampire Trilogy, as one big story.
Okay.
So they might have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I remember reading it a long time ago.
I know they did that with a whole bunch of those Elseworld stories. They'd release them in segments.
Yeah, and then they would come out with a collection of everything together.
Yeah.
So you may have read either like only a couple issues of it, or you may have read like just a portion, and then I read like a full series. I don't know, but that's that version of the Joker. It's Sinestro. Okay. Next I got for you is Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Batman Nosferatu.
Is that the one where he becomes like an actual? No. Is that? I thought that was the one where he fought Dracula.
No. So Batman Nosferatu is a part of a trilogy of Elseworld storylines in which it was based upon the German cinematic experience.
Okay.
So what they were going for is there's like a Superman one, there's a Wonder Woman one, and there's a Batman one.
Yeah.
The Batman one has him basically being like a Nosferatu kind of guy foretelling the future. It's set in a weird situation, but the Joker in that one is not even called the Joker.
Okay.
He's called the Man Who Laughs. and he's a cyborg hybrid that has been driven insane by the fact that he is part human, part cyborg, and he's fueled by his own human heart. And he's used by the doctors at Arkham to assassinate political figures such as Commissioner Gordon and Dick Grayson.
Huh. See, this is why I need to study the Joker. I never really studied the Joker at all. Like, I mean, I read a few stories here and there, but he was never like a major focus for me.
Right. Well, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so that version ends up fighting against Batman, and this Batman kills him, rips his heart out of his chest, depowering him.
Wow.
But yeah, the man who laughs. Okay. And speaking of the man who laughs, we have Pirate Joker. Also going by the name The Man Who Laughs. No. So this is a story that also came out in the 90s. It's actually Detective Comics annual something.
Yeah.
Okay. But what it is they basically, DC watched the movie Hook and liked it, so they did a Batman version.
So it's just a Batman adaptation of Hook.
Basically, yes.
So Bruce Wayne is like
Joker looks like Dustin Hoffman. He looks like Dustin Hoffman's character with the outfit.
Bring me Bruce
Batman
Wayne.
is Leatherwing, the Batman that's a pirate. I wrote down the actual names of each of the characters because it's awesome. So we have Alfredo instead of Alfred.
Wow.
Redblade, Robin Redblade.
This is just a one-shot.
This is a one-shot. And we have Felina instead of Selena.
One-shot or something like that?
Yeah, it was an annual.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
But in that is, now I'm a huge fan of pirates. Pirates have always been like my little kid thing. I like pirates and ninjas. So one of my favorite crazy Jokers is a pirate Joker, the man who laughs.
Yeah. Huh.
So, yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into a really interesting one.
Okay.
Do you know the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me that story, Rob. In a condensed Comics Explained fashion.
Oh. Dr. Jekyll goes through a series of experiments, ends up creating Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde represents the dark persona of Dr. Jekyll. Mr. Hyde manifests. Dr. Jekyll doesn't immediately know about him, but then finds out about him later on. Yada, yada, yada.
What if I were to tell you there's a Batman version of that?
Where the Joker is Mr. Hyde? So he has a split personality.
Yes.
I want to say that I've heard about that story before.
It's called Batman Two Faces.
Yes, okay, that's what it is, yes.
So basically the plot overall is that there's two faces in this world. He's a big villain, split personality. Bruce Wayne is a friend of his. He wants to cure it.
Yeah.
So he comes up with a cure to merge two personalities together. And stupidly decides he's gonna try it on himself.
So the Joker merges his other personality.
So he takes it and discovers he now has super strength and agility, becomes Batman, stopping Two-Face, putting him in prison.
Yeah.
But then another villain arrives, a mass serial killer at night who goes around killing women and various individuals.
Yeah.
Batman tries to track him down, but he can never quite seem to be there at the time of this Joker.
Yeah.
He eventually learns he's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde himself.
Yeah.
He's turning into the Joker. And so he's committing the crimes. So the conclusion of that one is that Two-Face eventually breaks out, works with him, and Batman asks Two-Face to kill him and take the serum and cure himself. Get rid of the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, then get rid of the Joker. So Two-Face does. He kills Batman, takes the serum, and becomes the new Batman.
Huh. Yeah, I've heard of that story before, but I never actually read it. I want to say it was one of those times when I was skimming through like Wikipedia for like Elseworld stories about Batman, and then I read the synopsis for it, I think.
Did you?
I have no idea.
Are you sure?
Apparently I didn't. Maybe I just saw
I'm getting you caught up on DC knowledge here, Rob.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
I am. I'm catching you up very well.
Apparently you're catching me up on everything. Apparently I don't know anything about comic books at all because I don't know about all the Hulks and I don't know about all the Jokers. Man.
For the record, I just want to put this out there. This was not the intention of the podcast.
Yeah, the intention of the podcast. Let us show that Rob does not know anything about comic books.
The idea of the podcast was, for the first couple of episodes, we would do these like rundowns of various versions of characters, and if Rob knew them, which we expected he would, he was supposed to take over and explain them.
Now, I am renaming my channel to Comics Explained to the best of my ability. That's what I'm calling it now.
I'm so gonna tweet that. Hashtag Comics Explained to the best of my ability.
Yep, to the best of my ability.
That's actually why the next episode is something that Rob's gonna take over and take point on, because we've now gone, what, 3 episodes? Or 4 episodes? Where it's just been me revealing things to you.
Well, okay. Admittedly, with the Hulk, I did all of Greg Pak's run, and I knew stuff about the Hulk before, but maybe not that much. I never really focused that much on the Joker, and then whatever it was that we talked about before, God, man.
Flashes.
Man, I don't know anything about comic books. God, heaven.
So maybe you should rename a channel to
much-
Comics Kind of Explained.
Comics kind of explain. Dude, I'm gonna get so much hate in the comment section. Rob doesn't know anything.
Why do you think this episode's not going in his channel? He's getting the Hot Wings challenge that we're doing.
Oh god.
All right, so we're gonna go on to the next one, all right?
Okay.
This is actually I like this one. Like, once again, this is my favorite list.
Okay.
King Cobra Joker. So in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Batman.
I never read that.
Oh my God, Rob!
I know about it, but I never read
Okay,
it.
so the mutagen gets leaked all over Gotham.
Okay.
All of the characters end up mixing with their animal brethren.
Yeah.
Joker mixes with the King Cobra. He doesn't do anything. We just see him in like fighting against them. But he's a King Cobra Joker.
So like he spits.
Yes.
7 people?
I don't think he spits. He literally just fights. He doesn't get to talk much or anything. He has like a couple of lines.
Well, that's
because basically, because they fight against Shredder.
Yeah.
Shredder and that whole thing. And at the ending, all of the villains get turned into stuff. Like Mr. Freeze is a polar bear. Penguin is a penguin. You know, like they all get turned into animal mutagen combos.
I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool to be a polar bear, to be honest. I'm gonna get you, Batman.
So, this is why you need to read the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover.
I have no desire. I was never a fan of Teenage
Dude, it
Mutant
was
Turtles.
really good.
I was never a fan of the Ninja Turtles.
You know, they almost immediately fight. You know that was gonna happen.
Well, it makes sense. Batman fighting Ninja Turtles.
Yes. Why not?
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Okay, I know you know this one, and if you don't, I'm gonna get like a dunce hat and make you wear it. I'll make you wear that Splatoon hat. I'm gonna go get the Splatoon. You're gonna have to wear it the rest of the episode.
The purple one?
Yes.
With the tentacles?
Yes.
And everything?
If you can't explain this one to me,
Okay.
explain Flashpoint's Joker. Oh my God! Please tell me you can explain Flashpoint's Joker.
Flashpoint's Joker was one of the coolest versions of the Joker.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So Bruce Wayne dies instead of Thomas and Martha.
Right.
Thomas Wayne becomes Batman and Martha becomes the Joker.
Right.
And it's actually one of the saddest moments ever because during Flashpoint he goes to see. I know stuff, guys. Those of you guys who are getting ready to give me hate, I know stuff.
I legit thought you didn't for a minute. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna have to wear a hat the rest of the podcast.
Oh man. So the coolest thing was like when he started talking reason to her and like she was actually starting to turn around.
Yeah.
And then she just runs off and
Yeah.
then she just stays the Joker forever. Oh dude, that story was pretty good.
It was good.
really
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, Rob. So, thank you. You understand Flashpoint. Guys, don't worry. He knows a comic.
I got one of the Jokers we've gone over so far. I'm doing good.
He knows a comic.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was a 4-part comic, so you know 4.
Yeah. So I'm learning me some Joker stuff.
Okay.
Getting educated.
Batman Digital Justice.
No clue what that is.
Okay, this was. He's not really a crazy Joker. I just think he's one of the funniest kinds.
Okay.
So Digital Justice is the book that came out in the 1990s. Bear in mind, this is during the time period for all of you young kids out there who may be watching this, when the world thought the internet was going to be the dumbest thing ever. Like.
Yeah.
Look up Lawnmower Man. Dylan, put Lawnmower Man on the screen right now.
I love Lawnmower Man.
Okay, but you know the
Yes.
graphics they were using? They're
Yes.
like, this is gonna be the internet. This is how the internet's gonna work.
Lawnmower Man was really cool.
They took that concept and did it with Batman and Joker.
Really?
So Digital Justice has the Joker being a sentient AI virus in the future, and he looks like Lawnmower Man Joker.
That sounds awesome. Dude, Lawnmower Man was not bad.
No,
All right.
for what it was.
Yeah.
If you watch it now, you're just gonna laugh.
Oh, it was terrible. It's absolutely awful now. It's like watching Hackers, and it's like, oh, it's the internet. That's what the internet's gonna be. Like, that's how you hack.
I'm just really showing our age right now, aren't
Oh
I?
God, dude, we talked about that the other day when it was like, yeah, man, the '90s was like 10. Oh my God, it was 20 years ago. That's rough.
Yeah. I swear I'm only 16.
Yeah, that's creepy when you say it that way. I age really fast.
I have that Benjamin Button's disease.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I got the Benjamin Button disease.
I got the Benjamin Button's disease.
Oh man. Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, all right. Okay, so do you know about the Joker book? Just the Joker by Brian Azzarello.
Yes, he has his. No. Yes, I know about that. He wrote that one and one other one, but I haven't had a chance to read. He wrote that one and Lex Luthor. That's what it was.
Yes.
But I haven't had a chance to read the Joker.
Do you know what the whole idea behind that is, though?
No.
So, kind of like the Heath Ledger Joker.
Yes.
This Joker is like a realistic portrayal
Oh,
of the
that's right.
character.
Because you told me to check it out, and I skimmed through the book, but I didn't actually sit down and
Right,
read
the
it.
artwork's like paintings,
Yeah.
and it looks really good.
He looks a lot like Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah, they basically based it on him from what I understand. I don't know the full thing, but they based at least the artwork on Heath Ledger Joker.
Yes.
But it's like the Joker gets out of prison, and then he's like realistic.
Yeah.
You're my guy. You're the guy that's gonna drive me around. And they go and a whole bunch of crazy things, and he shoots random people, and he shoots this guy's girlfriend, and the guy just starts falling madly in love with like following the Joker, and Harley Quinn looks beautiful in that issue.
Really?
It's and for all you guys who are like, oh, he just likes her because she's half naked. No, that comic had her in the animated series outfit.
When has Harley Quinn never been half naked?
Before the New 52, you know that, right?
Yeah, that's
Before New 52, she wore clothing.
Yeah.
Now it's a bikini every time.
Well,
and there's a whole issue with her and Lobo where she's naked fighting him.
Really?
You haven't read that? It's Harley's Little Black Book. She meets up with Lobo. They both lose their clothing and they battle against each other on a deserted tropical island until they decide that they need to have fun.
I know about her series, Harley's Little Black Book. Dude, I really need to read that comic.
For the longest time, I've been debating doing the Lobo Harley Quinn. The art is horrible. Like, it really is. It's old school Lobo.
I mean, I would upload it, just be like Harley Quinn fights naked.
I know, which is why I kind of want to do it, because the story isn't that bad and is classic Lobo.
Well, now I have to do it.
No, I'm going to beat you to it.
Harley Quinn fights naked.
I'm doing that first. Harley Quinn fights Lobo naked. That's the title. I'm taking it, because I told you about it. You can't, I have video proof, guys. If he comes out with that video before me, you all tear him to shreds. Because he's comics explained to the best of my ability. He's no longer comics explained.
Wow. So what I want to do here is talk about Harley Quinn and Lobo fighting to the best of my ability.
Okay, so anyway, what happened to the Cape Crusader? Okay, yeah, that was the next one on my list. What happened to the Cape Crusader? You know that story, right?
The Cape Crusader. Remind me of that real quick.
That's the one where Batman dies over and over and over and he's watching his own death?
No.
You don't know that story?
No.
Oh, it's the trippiest thing ever. So Batman wakes up at his own funeral.
Wow.
And every individual gets up and they tell the story of how Batman died. So the Joker gets up and he says, our fun times are over. The time, like, and
Holy hell.
He has some like triumphant deaths.
Yeah.
Like insane deaths. Where it's like, oh, I defeated the Joker, or I saved the entire city. And he has some mundane deaths, like he was rescuing a puppy in a flood.
So it changes each time somebody.
Right, someone gets up that they tell a different story. And Batman's standing there talking to somebody. And he's like, and the person won't reveal themselves. And he's like, what is this? That's not how I died. What is all of this? What are all of these deaths? Well, one of these deaths is Alfred explaining that Batman died because of a mistake of his own fault. You see, when Bruce Wayne, and this is only one of the deaths, so, and I've done the whole story video, so you're more than welcome to take this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so he explains in his little version of how the Batman died, that in his world, Bruce Wayne was traumatized by the death of his parents. He wanted to become a superhero and fight crime, but Alfred was worried that he would hurt himself.
Yeah.
So Alfred brought in his old theater troupe and hired them all off of Bruce Wayne's money to be the villains.
Oh,
the
wow.
Riddler, Bane, and their job was to give him something to do but never truly hurt him.
Wow.
Alfred himself was the Joker. Yes.
Holy
And
hell.
in that death of Batman, Bruce Wayne eventually finds out the truth of everything. And what he ends up doing is he finds the truth of everything because one of the theater troupe members, I think it was the Riddler, finally snapped. He's like, I'm the Riddler! And he's trying to do like legit crime. Batman tries to stop him and dies.
Wow.
Yeah, because he finds the truth about everything.
Yeah.
Because I think Alfred was like, no, don't go stop him. He's legit not doing well.
So then who does it turn out that Batman's talking to the whole time?
Well, I mean, I've already done the video, so you can watch the video if you want. I'll put the link down below. Pause the podcast, go watch the video if you don't want to
I
spoil.
almost don't want to hear the answer to it.
Well,
because that sounds super interesting.
It
I
is
wanna
super
read it
interesting. So
now.
what ends up happening is he finds out how he died multiple times, over and over and over. And he eventually discovers the voice he's talking to is his mother.
Oh my God.
And what she is telling him is that she is super proud of him. But this is only the beginning, not his ending. It's the Batman's job to relive his life over and over. And what he is seeing is him dying each different way in all of his repeat lives. And what it does is it takes all of the Elseworlds, all of the different versions of Batman, and it brings it together as they're all a different life of the same man.
Holy cow.
Yes.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
It was written by Grant Morrison, so.
Well, that sounds like Grant Morrison story. Wow. Dude, that sounds insane. I gotta do that story now.
It is so, it's not even a long one too.
Yeah,
I think it's like
good.
a 2-issue spread or something like that. It's really good.
That sounds super
There's
good.
also what happened to the Cape Crusader, but I haven't read that one.
Yeah.
I think it's similar in concept though.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So that's one of my favorite Jokers though. It's Alfred hiring an entire theater troupe. Batman is not some super trained superhero.
He's just a guy who wants to fight crime.
Who wants to fight crime and he's got too much money.
Wow.
Yep.
That sounds like what Batman would be in real life. Like, I was watching Christopher Nolan's, like, Batman trilogy, and I'm like, but wouldn't he just get shot in the face and die? Like,
I think that's what happens. I think the Riddler just shoots him in the face and he dies.
In the face.
I think that's what happens.
I mean, like, I don't
It's
understand.
been a while since I read it, but I'm pretty sure the way he dies is like the most like laughable. Like, it's not like, oh, he died stopping the Riddler. I'm pretty sure the Riddler just shoots him.
He just shoots him in the face.
I mean, I might be wrong. It's been a while since I read that. So I've already done the video. I did it like a year ago. Yeah.
Dude, that's nuts. That sounds great. I need to go back and read that.
Okay, so Dark Knight Returns. Do you know that Joker?
Dark Knight Returns. Now, are you talking about the Dark Knight Returns, or are you talking
second
about?
one.
I did not read the Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Okay, so there's an individual in there that everyone thinks is the Joker. He looks like the Joker, he acts like the Joker, over and over and over. What we discover is that it's actually Dick Grayson.
Huh.
He wants to get, he was feeling disgraced because Batman pushed him to the side.
Yeah.
So he went to Lex Luthor, let Lex Luthor experiment on him. He got healing and shapeshifting. And Dick Grayson was going around killing other superheroes like the Creeper, and then shapeshifting into them, taking their outfits, and fighting against Batman.
Huh. No, see, I never read it because everybody told me the story was really bad.
It's not that great at all, but it's a cool idea for the Joker.
Okay.
All right, so, but you find out it's not the Joker, so you can kind of take that or leave it off my list.
Yeah.
It's kind of up to you. It's Dick Grayson.
Yeah, it's whatever.
You know.
I mean, Dick Grayson becoming the Joker is kind of a cool concept.
Right, which leads me to my next one, the Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. Now I know you know this one.
Oh yes, dude, Tim Drake, man, dude, that's okay. So Batman Beyond: The Return of the Joker was my introduction to one of the coolest Jokers I've ever seen, because the story was so tragic that like Tim Drake, quote unquote, died at the hands of the Joker. You know, of course, Joker, but then he ends up coming back and he is the Joker, and that was one of the coolest things to me because like,
No, he wasn't missing. He was basically tortured and beat almost like he was gonna die, and it traumatized him.
Oh, that's what. No. I thought the Joker implanted like a chip or something like that.
Well, he did during the trauma. So he like beat and tortured him. Harley even wanted to free him, but they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And so he was traumatized, and I don't remember if he quit because of that or shortly after because of the trauma.
No,
But he
I think
quit the
Batman
crime-fighting
got
life.
rid of him because it was so crushing for him. Because I know there was a lot of resentment between Tim Drake and Batman.
Right, because of that. Like,
Yeah,
Batman didn't
because of the
save.
whole thing.
It's very similar to the idea behind Jason Todd. Like,
Yeah.
Batman didn't save him.
Because like Terry McGinnis went to go see Tim Drake, and Tim Drake just hated Bruce Wayne and Batman. He's like, I don't want to have anything to do with him. So yeah, no, that was a really, really cool concept.
So, well, you didn't finish the story, but so what ends up happening is during the trauma, Joker implanted a chip into Tim Drake.
Yeah.
So in the far-flung future where we have Terry McGinnis and Batman Beyond, the Joker suddenly returns. And what it is the chip is implanted the DNA of the Joker into Tim Drake, so he's turning into the Joker.
yeah, he's literally becoming the Joker.
Right, no, that's what it was, because when he was a kid, like he got basically so brutally tortured mentally and physically that Joker dressed him up like a kid version of the Joker, remember? To make him
Oh,
his
that's right, because
sidekick.
they came running in and he was all trussed up and everything,
Yeah.
and like he looked like the Joker.
That was it, and so
And then
that's what
he tried to
traumatized
kill-
him, and he left because of that.
Dude, that's right, because he had like a giant mallet or something like that, but he was laughing uncontrollably and crying at the same time.
Yeah.
And trying to kill Batman.
But I feel like we need to watch that after this.
Dude, I really want to.
We're gonna watch Batman Beyond this afternoon, guys.
Yeah, Return to the Joker. God, that story was.
Yeah, it
great.
was really good. Okay, so anyway, that was that one. Do you know the Drudge Dredd? The Drudge Dredd.
The Judge Dredd Joker.
That one.
Do not know about that.
Okay, so there's multiple crossovers of Batman and Judge Dredd.
Okay.
But one of them has the Joker going to, I think it's called Metro City 1, the Judge Dredd town.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the main.
Joker goes there and discovers that there are the dark or death judges, like these really evil 4 judges, and they're modeled after the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Okay.
So what happens is the Joker goes and frees them because he wants to mess with Metro City 1. The Judge Death tries to take over his brain and control his body. Discovers he's too psychotic and he can't do that.
Huh.
So instead they teach the Joker how to take over other people's bodies, which leads to him learning supernatural abilities in Metro City 1.
Yeah.
It takes Judge Dredd and Batman combined to take him down, and then Batman brings him back to Gotham and he loses the powers, but...
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, kind of an anticlimactic ending.
Okay.
Or an anticlimactic ending.
Yeah.
So moving on, I'm gonna come up with a couple designs that I enjoyed.
Okay.
Because they look crazy, but they're really not that good. They're really not good Jokers. Well, I mean, one of them is. One of them is an okay Joker, but he's nowhere near as crazy as you would assume.
Okay.
Comparing
I'm curious as to which Joker you're telling me is not that great of a Joker.
the hyena.
Oh,
Joker.
the Amalgam Universe.
Yeah, the Amalgam Universe. Hyena.
Yeah.
Joker and Sabretooth combined. I thought he looked cool and crazy, but like the only segments he has, he's just like, "You'll never catch me!"
Yeah, there's like 3 amalgam characters that matter.
Yeah,
that anybody
yeah.
cares about. It's
So,
like Dark
for those of you guys who don't know,
Knight.
if you didn't watch the videos I just did in the channel, DC fought Marvel at one point, and part of the fix to the whole Universal conflict was they would merge the universes, which brought us Dark Claw, and it brought us Super Soldier, and it brought us the Amalgam Joker Sabretooth combo.
Yeah, Doctor Strange Fate.
Doctor Strange Fate, yeah.
Weird.
So the Amalgam Universe, because basically Dark Claw was Batman and Wolverine, so the Joker was Joker Joker and Sabretooth.
Yeah.
He looked cool, but every instance that I've read of him and I remember is him just kind of being like, "You'll never catch me! I'm running away."
That was the issue. Most of them didn't have like any important role at all. They got their own little stories, but like a lot of the stories just suck.
Right. Well, it was a cool idea because the entire Amalgam universe pretended that they had existed.
Yeah.
For so like 20,
they had their own
30.
backstory
Right. It was a cool idea for one shots, but when they tried to do it the second time, it was like, now it's not cool.
Yeah. It was weird.
Because the way it worked was DC versus Marvel 3 hit. They merged into Amalgam. Marvel and DC took a month off to release 12 books for Amalgam to pretend their universes were combined.
Yeah.
The month after that, they brought back DC versus Marvel 4, where they broke them apart and everyone went to fight again. It was a cool idea. I thought the design was cool, but he's really a crappy Joker.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want you guys to be like, "You said crazy. Is Haven not crazy?"
Yeah. No, he's not very good at all.
So the next one, and I'm actually gonna pull up the image here so you can see what I'm talking about. Because I'm talking about one that I think looks crazy and I really like the look of him. I didn't watch the show myself, I'm not gonna lie. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Okay.
But this Joker looks insane and he's in canon and he looks awesome. So The Batman, that TV show that came out that they like canceled like 1 season in. I didn't even get a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
I hear it's amazing, so I'm not gonna lie, but this is that Joker. And it's gonna be on the screen right now.
Yeah, no, I know what Joker you're talking about, and I didn't.
He's like humongously, he's burly,
Yeah,
he's got like
him.
dreads.
He looked like a Rastafarian Joker.
Right, which is
Like-
crazy looking, which is
Yeah.
why I like the look.
Like, hey man, I'm the Joker man.
And they had those like really deep voiced guy voicing him over.
Yeah, I didn't like that one because I like the Batman the Animated Series Joker so much.
Right. Well, this is a complete departure from that.
It's total. That's why I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, but I liked the design. I liked the way he looked.
Yeah, the guy looked like Predator. He looked like Joker. Joker was Predator. Like it's.
You think he can see in the dark? He's like,
Yeah, he's just looking at like just following around Batman with like heat vision and stuff. Over here.
he goes invisible.
Yeah.
He's sneaking up behind him. He's got an alien skull. We're really going crazy with this.
we are going absolutely bananas with this. No, yeah, I didn't really like that Joker too much. It was all right, but it was too.
He wasn't crazy in the show. I mean, it was a
really-
kid's show, so they didn't do anything insane.
Yeah, I mean, he had a really like deep, menacing voice. I mean,
Yeah.
he sounded scary as hell. But like, I just didn't.
Well, I think that's what they're going for with that one. They were trying to go for the more menacing, deep, and evil-looking Joker instead of like Mark Hamill's Joker. That doesn't sound anything like him.
Oh, dude, I love that.
sound like a 1960s Showtime guy.
The Joker that tried to copyright Fish. That's the Joker I'm talking about, man. That's the best Joker.
So that brings me to the bottom of my list. So we get to close out my Stormblood laptop. But I did want to end it with the Emperor Joker.
Yes.
So there's a
I love that Emperor
storyline
Joker.
where at the Joker.
I know about this story.
You want to tell it? Because I've taken most of the thunder in this episode. Let's see if you know it for real. And if you fail, you have to wear the Splatoon hat to the end of this episode.
I don't know everything.
Luckily, we're
that
near the
happens
end.
in it. I don't know everything that happens in it, but I know the Joker gets the powers of Mr. Mxyzptlk and loses his mind.
So you literally opened it with, "I know this," implying you want to say it.
I mean, I know the idea behind it, you know, and like he uses his powers to mess. I'm not wearing that hat. I am not wearing the Splatoon hat, Benny. I know the general idea behind it, dude. I do not want to wear that Splatoon hat.
So Emperor Joker goes out and he gets 99% of Mxyzptlk's powers. And what he ends up doing, you okay there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine. I knew the idea behind the story. That should have been good enough. These things are bothering me. I'm putting them behind me.
So anyway, he gets 99% of Mxyzptlk's powers and he starts messing with Batman by killing him over and over and over, forcing him to be tortured.
I gotta admit,
The only one who's able to fight you like how you're looking at?
I feel fabulous. I feel amazing. Yes, I do.
You okay there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good.
This is bringing out a side of Rob I wasn't expecting, guys.
Well, you know, I try to keep it hidden, but sometimes my fabulous nature just comes out.
So anyway, Superman and the Spectre end up teaming up against Mxyzptlk, finding out a way to get rid of, like, to solve the entire issue, and they end up having to do it because the Joker's insanity is literally tearing the, like, reality apart.
Do I look beautiful to you, Benny?
You look beautiful, Rob.
I think I look beautiful.
Regardless of whether or not you guys want to give him that one, I got him to wear that hat.
This hat is not that bad. Wow.
All right, so that is the fourth episode of our podcast.
Yeah, that's your favorite Jokers ever.
My favorite crazy Jokers.
Your favorite crazy Jokers.
Yes.
Yep.
What do you guys think down below? Let me know which of your Jokers are the favorite. Let them go ahead and say them. We didn't forget them. But go ahead and let me know what they are.
Yeah, we didn't accidentally forget them. We left them out intentionally.
Right, and this actually isn't the end of the podcast. If you want to stick around, you can. Rob and I did a little bit of extra footage to put onto this podcast, in which we discuss some of our childhood stuff that we were interested in, and afros and Afro culture.
Afro culture and Jinko jeans, and the fact that the 1990s was 20 years ago.
That's gonna go at the end of this. So this is the cutoff to the Joker segment. If you are not interested in Rob and I BSing, so if you are gonna take off, don't forget Rob and I do have a gaming channel that we work on together called Eligible Monster. The link to that will be down below. Rob's channel will also be down below. Comics Explained. We're literally about to go upstairs and film Rob explaining what storyline?
Infinity Gauntlet?
You gonna do Infinity Gauntlet?
Well, it's gonna be the plot to Infinity War.
He's basically going to eat a bunch of hot wings and then try to explain that.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I mean, I'm scared right now. Like I am.
Yes, it's gonna be interesting. So go check out his channel down below. Don't forget to check out our last episode in which we talked about the Hulks, and shockingly, Rob didn't know. I think he knew like half of them.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
Well, I covered all of Greg Pak's run, so if it wasn't in that, then I didn't know it. So like, I knew Worldbreaker Hulk and Heart of the Monster Hulk, and like a few others.
And let us know in the comments down below what other topics you wanted us to discuss. Now, if you're still here, thank you so much. Stick around and join us for our discussion that we had while setting up. How's my hair?
Serious?
I'm sorry, some of us have hair.
Hey, it's a lifestyle choice. Right. I choose to be this way.
Why do you choose to be this way?
Well, it makes me feel more comfortable.
With what?
It's who I am, Benny. All right, don't judge me.
Why can't you be a guy with an afro?
I was a guy with an afro.
With a pick.
I was a guy with an afro, but you know, I just don't identify with the afro culture. So.
Okay, hold on. Use this as B-roll.
That sounds
what is
like,
the afro culture?
That sounds like black people.
What is the afro? I need to know what
White
the afro.
people can have afros too, Benny.
They're called Jufros, but
they're called what?
Jufros.
Jufros.
Yeah, because typically only Jews have that curly nature in their hair.
Jews.
Yes.
This is the most offensive thing ever.
I don't think so. I'm not. Does my hair curl? No.
Only Jewish people.
I'm French Canadian.
You are racist.
I'm a racist French Canadian.
Yes, you are. You are racist.
As far as I have ever seen, black people, Jews, and gingers can have afros.
Well, gingers traded their soul for afros. No, okay, I had an afro. It was a huge pain to have because I had to like pick it out and I had to like load it with conditioner, and it was a pain. It was a hassle.
This should totally be B-roll at the back end of the video. So what's the afro culture? They gotta explain that to me.
People who have afros, I don't know.
But what's the culture behind it? I want to know the culture behind Afro culture.
The culture behind Afro culture was that black folks had afros first. The white folks tried to copy and they couldn't quite keep up, but they kept it going anyway. You know, so that's the Afro culture. White folks trying to be like black folks.
I'm actually really disappointed. I was expecting you to be like, you know, like Afro music. You know, here's a famous musician who does Afro stuff. Afro comic heroes. Shaft. Isn't Shaft got an Afro?
No.
Oh. I don't know much about Shaft.
It depends on which Shaft we're talking about. If we're talking about original Shaft, he kind of had one. If we're talking about Samuel Jackson, most certainly not.
Okay, well, okay. At what point does the poof like this turn into an afro? At what size would you consider?
Dude, I would have to grow my hair out for probably about a year before it turns into an actual afro. Dan, you gonna be okay over there, man?
Oh my God.
The ending? You talking about the ending of Flash?
No, even the ending, I'm getting there, but holy shit.
Dan, our editor / co-host on Eligible Monster, is reading the Flash right now.
Yes,
okay, so at what size is it officially an afro though? That's what I need to know.
Oh, well, it's not an afro to the point where you can legitimately pick it out and it stays poofy. So, I mean, once it gets out to about an inch off my head, then I guess it's technically an afro.
Okay, that's the afro phase.
But I had it at a point where it was out to here. It was almost shoulder length.
I remember you having an afro.
No, that was long before.
Dylan, throw up a picture of Rob with his afro when we all
No,
first
that was
met.
long before.
Yeah, no, but throw that up there.
No,
Dylan.
do not, because that was. Oh God, I looked terrible back then. Do not put that up.
I will get you the picture, Dylan. Don't worry. If you can't find his old videos,
please
I will
do
get
not
you a
do that.
great old school Rob picture.
Do not do that. That's bad. Although I might have a picture from when I was younger and I had an afro.
Yeah, no, but that looks proper. I like the ones where you show up in the torn T-shirt.
There's also
Rob. Like when we first met, Rob was the most nicest guy I'd ever met that looked like he gave up on life.
Oh, dude, I worked a job that I just hated. Yeah, man. And I had that crazy sleep schedule.
Yeah.
So we were doing the podcast and I got off work at 7 a.m. So it's sleep until we did it 1 o'clock when we first met, I think.
For you, yeah. No, it wasn't that late.
I thought it was.
You did bonus stuff at 1 o'clock.
When did we do the podcast then? When we
It was always around the middle of the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was before I had to go into work at 3, so maybe it was around 12 or 11. I don't remember. Anyway, we did it early enough that like I basically had to drag out of bed with like almost no sleep and like do this podcast.
You sit there with like shirts with holes in them.
Dude, it was rough,
The
man.
pick in his hair.
Yeah, you remember Cameron?
Yes.
Yeah, Cameron. He was like, man, dude, all right, just so you know, if you're gonna be on camera, look like you give a damn, dude.
Anyways, like this guy who looked like he gave up on life was like, hey Benny, let's do a podcast. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do this on video?
Yeah, here comes Rob rolling in. Oh, it's like, what's going on, guys?
And that back then I had the spiked hair because I was still out of the military. So like my hair was like flipped up in the front.
I kind of missed that.
The spike look?
Yeah, I kind of missed that.
Yeah, I'd spike up the front. I was very like bro. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, you look like what I would expect like a gamer to look like. If it was like, what does a gamer look like? Like, it looks like you.
Like my hairstyle never left the 2000s at the time.
Yeah.
It was just like, I was like early 2000s, I just went to high school. I still dress like that.
Yeah, he does. He does. I mean, like, I expect him to walk in wearing Jinko jeans from time to time.
The pipes, the
Oh,
pipe
those
jeans.
pipes, man, those pipe jeans. Chris, you remember those Jinko jeans?
I wore when I was a
Yes.
kid. My hair was longer than this, and I would dye it blue, and I would spike it out
Oh my
with the
God.
giant Jinko jeans and like 20 chains to my wallet.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
Dude.
I thought I was the coolest guy in the world.
Oh man, I wish I could see that. Oh no, see, I was the guy who was like, I was from the east end of town, so I was the guy who thought I was cool. So you seen that picture where I had like the curly hair and I had
Yeah,
the chains?
yeah, you're
and I
like,
had
I'm pimp.
The FUBU hoodie, dude, I looked like an idiot. I looked so stupid.
How many pictures is he gonna throw up right now of just us
Oh,
looking
God.
like, you know, I'm even gonna link in my old MySpace picture where it's like me sitting there in my uniform thinking I was the coolest guy in the world. Like, I got a gun.
You showed me your MySpace pictures. You were like, oh man, let's see if we can log into my old MySpace account. You couldn't, but I Googled. I was like, Benny Potter MySpace. And they were all there.
There's all my MySpace photos.
Oh man.
They really
Man.
should I should find a way to remove those.
It's the internet, man. Good luck. Many have tried and many have failed.
Yeah.
You don't remove images from the internet.
So,
Anyway.
all right, well, let's go ahead and move to the actual beginning of the episode. If you
Yeah.
guys stuck around for this B-roll thing, we appreciate that. Let us know if
Definitely.
you enjoy us just BSing about things.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow him at Comics Explained. Follow me at Comicstorian. And if you enjoyed the B&E experiment, then
No, the RnBe.
RnBe experiment,
There we go.
RnBe. If you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe to the channel and check back every Saturday for the latest episode.
We promise we're not a hip hop podcast.